right, we're live. Hi, everybody. We'll give it a chance to let the room fill up because I know that there are a lot of people that are excited to hear this kind of Facebook Live / podcast as we meet with you wonderful guests and talk about our pheasant hunt. It was quite an experience that we had recently in our pheasant hunt. And y'all, yeah, so everybody that follows us knows that we always have technical difficulties, and we're experiencing them now. Bree's working really hard to get on, but we're so excited to talk to you. So we're very lucky. We have a few ladies here: Tamika, Brianna, and Bree, who are all part of our hunt, and Diane Sorrentino, who is the team captain for Beretta's here. I think Chris is going to introduce all these ladies later, but I got the privilege and the honor to host all these gals out to a pheasant hunt, and Krista even got to hunt. What do you think? How are you doing, Krista?
I'm doing great. I'm excited. So, yes, full disclosure, we will probably have technical difficulties, but that makes life fun. So, welcome everybody. Let's talk quickly. We've got Brianna, who
Hi.
is our contest winner, Brianna Taylor. We've got Tamika Hart, who is channel marketing manager with Beretta. We have Diane Sorrentino up in the top corner. I feel like I've got a game show with 6 of you.
Right?
We have Diane Sorrentino up in the top corner tonight.
Hello.
She's the captain of the Beretta shooting team, and congratulations to a recent, I think it was a 3rd place. You'll have to clarify that for me in a minute. And then Bree Van Scotter down on the bottom, who I know might be having some technical difficulties. She joined us as our executive chef. I'm going to let you guys actually tell us a little bit about yourself. And Brianna, we're going to start with you.
Hi, my name's Brianna. I currently live in Colorado and Montana, and I love the outdoors. I'm big into fishing. I ski, I hike, but I never had an opportunity to ever go hunting before. So this was my first ever hunt with Shoot Like a Girl, and I mean, my experience was beyond anything that I could have ever expected. It was it was so much fun. I learned so much. And, you know, it was just very special to me because my dad was an avid upland hunter. I never got the opportunity to go hunting with him. So this opportunity was just very special to me because of that. And I'm just excited to like continue on with this journey and continue hunting. I found that it's a passion of mine. And so ever since we've gotten back, I've gone to the clay range a couple of times, and I'm just trying to continue improving. And so I'm very grateful for the opportunity.
That's awesome. So about your time with us on the hunt, is there anything in particular, one thing that you can think of that was unique, different than what you expected, fun, not so fun that you would share?
I mean, just I could tell like all the work that everybody put into it behind the scenes to make all of the new hunters' experience very pleasant and enjoyable and memorable. I really loved working with the dogs and seeing them work. So just overall, it was very exciting. And I loved being around like-minded women because I don't typically get that. So it was fun to be around women that are interested in the same things as me.
Now, we know you have your own pup, Quake.
Yes.
He's got his own following. Have you been working with him now that you've seen what's gone on in the field?
Definitely, yeah. We're definitely doing a lot of training, and then I'm going to be gone for Christmas, and I'm going to drop him off at some training as well while I'm gone for Christmas. Haven't gotten a chance to take him into the field yet, but that is high on the list.
That's so exciting. I know I was thrilled because I had the opportunity to take Trigger, and you'll see Trigger in a lot of the pictures. And I was a little nuts when Trigger flushed the first bird. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Tamika, and it's interesting, Brianna, that you say like-minded people because they are like-minded people. But Tamika, you had never hunted before.
I had not. No.
And so, isn't it interesting that you automatically get grouped into this like I like it because that's what we all are, just passionate about what we're doing and putting our best foot forward, which is what I saw you do. Why don't you tell us a little bit about what you do, who you are, and your experience?
Sure. So thank you, ladies, for having me here. My name is Tamika. I am the channel marketing manager with Beretta USA. Although I've been in the industry for nearly 15 years, I've never actually gone on a hunt. And it was never something that I had even really considered, to be quite honest. I've gone to the range a few times. I've done some clay and trap shooting, and I thought, I'm good. This fills my box. I'm okay. And then when this opportunity came up, I said, okay, hey, let's give it a try. Let's see what this is all about. And if I had to describe the experience in one word, I would say it was awesome. I was nervous. I was apprehensive. I was anxious leading up to it. Despite talking to, some of the guys at work and watching videos online, to try to grasp what I was walking into. I still had some anxiety, not really knowing what to expect. And it was awesome. I'm ready to do it again. I had a great time.
That's what I love to hear.
I have friends that are like, do it again? Are you serious? Like, what?
Yeah.
This is outside.
And bring them.
Dogs? What are you talking about? This is so outside of what you're normally into. So how did this happen? But, like Brianna said, I think part of it was the comfort level, right? It is definitely very different being with women, whether they're experienced or not, as opposed to, I'm used to being one of, Diane knows, we go to a lot of shows together, being one of, 2, 3, 5 women in a room full of guys, and they're just different. It's a different experience. And having women that are like, no, take your time. Here's what you need to do. Let me show you. The experience from the beginning, from getting to the Manhattan airport and being greeted by the team, all the way to, that last day was great. I enjoyed everything about it. As I said, looking at the videos and talking to people, I had no idea what it meant to, shoot over dogs. And when the flusher comes out and I didn't even know what those terms meant. And I'm not a dog person. So I'm like, well, what do you mean? They're going to be running around us? Like, what am I getting myself into here? And so again, to say, sign me up, I'm ready to go again. I am 100% serious about that. And I'm recruiting some friends to come along. So I'm ready.
That's awesome. Exciting. So you turned into a recruiter. And so for those of you who don't hunt, so what Tamika is talking about is that in pheasant hunting, there's 2 different types of dogs that you can have. One is a pointer, and the dog will basically point it. And then we kind of flushed our own birds. We'd walk up to the birds and kick the ground until the pheasant flew. And oh, by the way, all of these ladies are now pheasant hunters because they all got pheasants. But then on top of that, there's flushers, and those dogs, that's what Trigger did. She will go and find the bird, and then she'll push it up in the air so that it will fly so that we can hopefully get to harvest it. And I'll tell you that all of these ladies, not only did we have great time, but because we had Bree there, and I see that Bree got on. Yay, Bree. Bree was our executive chef, and I'll tell you, so I love her story. And Bree, you can elaborate a little on this, but one of the things that was so specific, one of the reasons Bree started cooking is because she has a real desire to take that whole animal and honor it by using all of its parts for nourishment for us. And it was really nice to see the respect and the reverence that she paid, and the meal was delicious. So Bree, why don't you tell us a little bit about that?
About the meal?
About you, like tell us a little bit about you, why you started, what you thought of the event, and where we're going from that. And I think Krista's got some questions for you too.
Yeah, so I definitely wasn't raised hunting. The chef in me, because of my career path, led me to hunting, and I wanted to harvest pure organic protein, and I just became addicted to it. And fast forward, and I'm on a hunt with Beretta and shoot like a girl and cooking for y'all and showing you what I truly love doing, which is hunting with dogs is freaking amazing. It's one of my favorite ways to hunt. And then being able to cook for y'all and really show you that there's more to wild game than a popper. So yeah, long story short, that is the story behind me. Purely dedicated to showcasing how amazing wild game can be, and to kind of demystify that hunting isn't evil, and women can do it too.
Right. So let's quickly talk about your book, right? So you have Wilderness to Table, and those are recipes that are from harvest. So can you
Yes.
share a little bit about that for us?
Yeah, well, I have 2 books. So my first book has everything, all wild game, from big game to bear, moose, elk, all the way down to even squirrel and game fish like pike and crappie and all that stuff. My first book was a labor of love. Did nothing for a year but work on that baby, and I really take a lot of inspiration from my travels and show you how versatile and easy it is to cook wild game. I think a lot of people can get thrown off because like, oh, it's too gamey, but no, you're not treating it right. And if you know how the animal expired and how it was harvested and all that, you can counteract that in the pan. And that's what a lot of people don't know. And I have whole sections on that in my cookbook for that. And then the second book is strictly all on venison, and it's really showing you how to incorporate venison every single day of your life. Like there's 5 ingredients or less. There's 30-minute meals. I mean, I kind of make it very approachable for anybody to be able to cook wild game.
Well, thank you. I'll be the first to say I am the person that's not sure about wild game. And then when I put the pheasant in my mouth, I was like, this is amazing. And I'm sure that the other ladies felt the same way. It was so good. So good. We had some excitement that night, the night that you cooked. I don't know if you can share that story or not.
Oh, yeah.
I think it's got to be a part of the experience, right? So we met the local.
We were the hottest thing in town, y'all.
We were indeed.
Right? Literally.
So like literally they had just turned over the keys to the lodge to us. So like we were the only ones there because they trusted us to, you know, take good care of their property. And so, you know, all of a sudden we're all kind of hanging out and alarm goes off. A loud alarm.
All right, metal ceiling, lots of metal on the walls, echoing this alarm, and we got to meet the fire department.
The entire town, actually.
Right.
Yeah.
Every part of public safety of that town came to see us that night. It was a blast, and hopefully some of those pictures got shared in the social media world. It was a lot of fun.
But I do have to say, go ahead.
I was cooking mushrooms, y'all, and it was steam because they were frozen, so they had a lot of water. And then,
no, it's still fun. It's still fun.
I didn't set anything on fire.
That's true. That valid point. It was steam, but it was a lot of fun.
I'll tell you, we laughed a lot, and we did, as Tamika calls it, Karen's crazy card games. So we have some things that we do that you're probably not going to find if you're the only girl in a guy's camp, but we try to do a lot more so that we not only are hunting and enjoying each other's company over great meals, but we're also learning about each other and how we can support each other later and be great. And it leads me to the fact that this Beretta shotgun that we've had has been tremendous for new hunters. I will say that I was really impressed with how successful everyone was quickly. And it's a part of that is because of the person behind it, but a part of that is because of the gun too, because the shotgun really does absorb recoil. And we were using the A400 at this hunt, and we're getting ready to go on a duck hunt next week. I can't wait. And Diana's coming with us, and we're going to have the A300s there. So Diane, first off, can you tell us a little bit about yourself, which would be hard to do in 3 seconds because you've had such a long career and are such a supportive influencer, I guess, in the industry. It's just great to have you on. And if you'd introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about the gun.
Well, thank you. And by the way, I'm looking forward to the duck hunt next week. I think it's really going to be great, a great time. Well, anyway, I've been around the shooting sports for many, many years. Tamika knows. I've been with Beretta and with the team for 25 years. It's a long time. Um, and, you know, it's a privilege and an honor to be a team member with them. So I serve in a capacity as team captain, which, you know, I'm still very active in shooting a lot of sporting clay tournaments, and then also very active in hunting. So just in a nutshell, that's basically what I do now that I'm retired from my official job, which was law enforcement for 26 years.
Wow. Well, thank you for that. Well, we have a question about the A400. Is it the one with or without the kickoff you used?
Oh, it's a question for me. I'm sorry.
Yep. So she wants to know about the recoil on the A400.
Okay. So first of all, I just need to say that Beretta makes the best auto loader in the world. I still shoot one to this day. I'm not an over and under converted shooter. Not that I don't love them, but I do. But I still shoot the A400 in. I shoot the actual XL model. But anyway, going to the A400 Extreme that you guys used in the pheasant hunt, absolutely. This thing has 2 areas of recoil reduction in the stock, and I'm sure most of you felt that you could handle that gun. It felt very comfortable. And then not only one shot, but going to the second shot, it makes it much easier to acquire the target on the second shot when we reduce that felt recoil. And the A400 hits it on all cylinders.
Yeah.
So Karen smiled. I gotta jump in. Karen smiled at that second shot statement because she spent a lot of time yelling at us to take
the shot.
Take
the shot.
I think most of my birds were. I think most of my birds
spent a
were
lot
on
of
the
time
second
taking one shot.
Well, you know,
some of us had a hard time with that second shot.
Well, yeah, I mean, it can be tough, especially in, you know, I guess cutting you guys all a break. You're all new to it, so that was great. But you know, that is one of the features with that less felt recoil in these guns, whether it's the A300 or the A400. You know, getting to that, getting that second shot off and being able to stay on the target is much easier with these guns.
Yeah. So I will say it's a good thing. One of the things that we had was the first day was really a very challenging day. The conditions were quite challenging in the morning when we started. I mean, we literally were in a field of tall grass that was hard to walk through. And we were in a controlled shooting area. And so if everybody's wondering like why we were hunting, it was season because it was a controlled shooting area. But there was a lot of concerns for safety in terms of walking and where the people on the line were. And as I watched the interviews post the hunt, it's really great for people that are taking new people hunting to realize that the concern that the new hunter has over safety is probably magnified 10 times what you normally have. And so looking at that going forward, I think we're going to be able to make sure that we start out on really level ground and work our way up to those points. But it was a great hunt. But Chris is absolutely right. Brianna, what did you say? You got your birds on your second shot?
Yeah, I was going to say that. I feel like most of the birds that I got was on my second shot. So it helped a lot to be able to take that second shot and not really think much of it because you didn't have to worry about the recoil.
Awesome.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. It was pretty awesome. So I'm going to see if there's questions from the field as we go. How are we doing on time? We always... we're 19 minutes already. So ladies, before we kind of turn it over to questions, is there one thing that you would want to say to people that are thinking about hunting, but haven't had the opportunity or haven't tried to find a way to go? What would you tell them right now? So we'll start with you, Brianna.
I would just say do whatever you can to have a new experience like this. For me, this was very much out of my comfort zone, even though it was something that I had been wanting to do. Just the entire experience, going to meet new people that I had never met before, was completely out of my comfort zone. So I would just say I would highly recommend it. I would say either reach out to friends that you know that hunt, or family members, or look up different organizations like Shoot Like a Girl that offer different opportunities for women to get out in the field, and just try it. You might hate it, but you would probably love it. So just do whatever you can to try it.
Tamika, how about you?
Yeah, I definitely second a lot of what Brianna said. I think the biggest thing with anything, whether it's trying pheasant for the first time in terms of eating it, or going on a hunt for the first time, or any new experience, it's just a matter of just doing it, right? Nike says just do it, just giving it that try, and then you can decide whether you're in or not. I think, as I said, for me, it was the fear of the unknown. And once I got out there in that first few minutes in the wilderness, you told us to close our eyes and take it all in. What do you smell? What do you hear? What do you see? And just being out there, it's, I don't want to be all dramatic, but it's life-changing, right? You're out here, you see the birds flying over, the dogs are running around, and you're like, oh, this is okay. This is pretty cool. So I think just getting over that first hump of giving it a try, just do it. And again, like Brianna said, if you don't like it, okay, you've tried it. It's just like anything else. But definitely for me, being in the comfort of like-minded women who had my interest and my safety and my best interest at heart made a huge difference. It was okay that I didn't know. It was okay that I was afraid. It was okay that this was my first time. So that helped with my comfort and my easing into my experience and being able to enjoy right out the gate. And again, excited to do it again.
Yeah, I'm game. Bree, what was you're an experienced hunter. What was your thoughts on having all these new hunters, and what would you say to someone?
This was a freaking awesome trip for me, because it was truly the first time I have ever hunted with an all-female group. So that was amazing. And I was a newbie on that. It was actually really fun. I do remember some moments with Brianna and where I would help her and then she would get one, and it was freaking awesome. So to share the joy in somebody getting like their first bird is always so fun. And then when you're doing it with above dogs, I mean, that's just even better. But if for anyone who's new, who's looking into hunting, yes, you just have to go out there and get it. That is a huge part, of course, and just do it. But finding a group and not being afraid to join the group like Brianna did is like huge, because I think that's the biggest hurdle. Because I think when you find a group like Shoot Like a Girl, they make you feel so comfortable, and you can ask what you would deem as stupid questions, but it's probably not a stupid question. And y'all answered them. I know I helped answer them, and no, maybe we didn't make anybody feel lesser for not knowing. And it was, when you find a group of people who truly love what they do and are happy to share it with you, I think that makes the world of difference. So keep doing what you're doing, Karen.
Oh, we will. And Krista, how about you? So I know what I would say about you, of course. Right?
Well, I have a lot to say. Y'all already know that. I'm going to try to keep it, within our time frame. But I have a bunch of new friends, and we don't have all of our hunters on this call. There's only a handful of us, right? But there were more of us on the trip. And that first day, we were we didn't know each other, and we're kind of there. And by the end of the week, we're high-fiving and hugging, and we're friends. And it didn't matter that we started either new or we had Bree there with us who wasn't new, but however we were, we now had become family. For me, the hunt was needed. And I was one of those very lucky people, right? So this was not my spot. I wasn't supposed to be on the hunt. Unfortunately, Kimberly with Beretta was supposed to be on the hunt, and at the last minute could not attend. And so I got an email that said, pack your bags. And I was like, okay. And I'm a very new hunter and had been hunting turkey and alligator and a pig, and it's all still and quiet, no movement and silent. And this was the extreme opposite. There are people walking, and there are dogs and talking and noise and sounds, and It was just overwhelming. And it occurred to me, the A400, you know, we talk about the recoil. We all shot it the night before numerous times at the skeet range. And I don't remember anybody saying, oh God, my arm is sore. I don't even have a recollection that I even felt like I had shot it. And then we carried it in the field with us, because you're not sitting in a blind. You don't just set it down with you. You hold it for hours back and forth. We did that 4 times. And nope, it was lightweight. It was easy and it was awesome. And I'm ready to go again. Let's do it.
All right, we're going again. So the gun that we were using was the A400 Upland. That's the gun that we had with us in the field. And it was really a fantastic firearm. Someone had asked exactly which gun it was. It was the A400 Upland.
Okay.
And we really had a great time with it. And I was just honestly honored to be there. So it's weird for me because I'm going on all these hunts, but I'm not hunting. And it's okay. And I will hunt a duck though next week, because you know that's, everybody can do that. But it was really great. And Krista, I was glad that you joined in. And for me to watch everyone kind of go through that transformation of like, what is this? It was just an honor. And I'm so, you guys, I don't get very emotional, but when I really think and contemplate about what this partnership with Beretta is allowing us to do, it gets me quite sentimental and quite choked up, because, you know, Beretta is 500-year-old company, second oldest company in the world. And they've entrusted Shoot Like a Girl to help them create and share the heritage and the history that goes with shooting sports with people that haven't had that opportunity to share hunting, and really let them kind of create your own legacies. And Brianna, I mean, all of you have said, I'm going to go do this again. And so we're just so, like, I'm getting like literally hair stand on, because it doesn't escape me how grateful I am for this opportunity. Because as I told you guys, and I'll tell the people that are watching, you know, for me, hunting is not anything about what we get to bring home to eat. It's a big part of it. But for me, it's the experience from start to finish, whether you suffer through some bad weather and you make it, or you are tired, but you keep on walking up that hill, even though you're so tired, and you practice to be proficient, you're safe, you're in nature, but you're actually part of nature. And when you stop being an observer of nature and realize that you're part of this great big world that we live on, it really does, for me, it is, Tamika, I agree, it's life-changing. It's just a life-changing experience. And I hope that all of you that are watching get a chance to get out and hunt. Diane, do you have any final words for us?
Yeah, I just like to say I'm just so happy that Beretta's asked me to be a part of this, and I think what Shoot Like a Girl is doing is just awesome. Getting the ladies together, getting them that hunting experience, where I come in at maybe making things a little bit easier with the shotguns. I hope to be a big help with that, and you know, making them more comfortable and explaining how these shotguns work and what sets Beretta apart from everyone else in the shotgun world.
Yeah. Well, I'm excited for you to be there, and I intend to get a little coaching. I'm not going to lie. I'm going to be like, okay, like, change everything if you want to. I'm going to learn from the expert.
I'll bet we'll find some time to shoot some clays.
I'm betting we will. I'm betting we will. Well, ladies, we've gone 28 minutes. That's a little over our 15, but we've sustained our listeners, so I know they're appreciative of what we're doing. I hope you all have a great day. I want to see just quickly if there were any questions before I go. Oh, there was one question. So Diane, how is the sizing for a smaller woman with the 2 shotguns?
Okay, well, you know, that's a real good question. You know, as ladies, just like men, we come in all shapes and sizes. So, you know, we'd have to look at maybe something in a reduced length for stock if we need something shorter, or maybe a standard stock will work. It's just, you know, It's just something that you would have to be like personally pick up the shotgun and see if it fits at that point. But we could always work something out.
Yeah. So as we get ready to leave, I'm going to leave all of our listeners and all of you with a challenge. And oh, there's another question. So I will pull the question up. So before I do the challenge, you got it. You slipped it in there, Sharonda. All right. I hope I said your name right. If I didn't, tell me and I'll correct it. But she asked how much each way between the A400 Upland and the A300 we will use in the field. I think they're about the same, aren't they?
Yeah, the weights are very similar. You're not going to find these guns to be very heavy at all. The field guns naturally are a bit lighter.
Yeah. All right. So
I
now
will say something about Sharonda. So hi, Sharonda. Sharonda came to see us at the trailer. I don't remember which stop because they've all started running together, but she has been doing her part, and she is taking her friends that are not hunters into the field and trying to teach them what she's taught herself, so that she's also doing her little community and the people that are interested, trying to share that love of hunting as well.
That's awesome.
That's right. That's where we met.
Awesome. Well, thank you for what you do. And that's good. So you're already meeting my challenge, but my challenge to all of us is that for us to really keep hunting and shooting sports tradition alive, you need to ask the person that you think would be most likely to want to go and try to take them, because we always try to take people that we think already think like us. But if you see someone that's sitting there that you think that person no way would ever go out in the field with me, ask them, try. The worst that's going to happen is they're going to say, no, that's never what I want to do. But, oh, I see the puppy. And
see?
oh, I love it. Yeah. Well, that's a great way to end. Ladies, thank you so much. You've all been a joy. Everybody have a great night. Be safe and have a good night.
Thank you.
Bye, everybody.
Good night.